We're going to solve this slick angle and circle problem from the 1971 American high school mathematics exam. We've got a circle, of course, and we've got two secants of the circle intersecting at a point P outside of the circle. The secants intersect the circle at points A, B, C, and D. We also have this point Q that's in between B and D on the circle, as well as these segments joining AQ and CQ. We know that this arc from B to Q has a measure of 42 degrees, and this arc from Q to D has a measure of 38 degrees. Our task is simple. Find the sum of the measures of angles P and Q. We'll be able to do this no problem, as long as we remember some of our special angle-circle relationships, and we focus our attention on P plus Q, the sum of interest. We don't want to get caught up in the weeds of trying to solve for P numerically and solve for Q and then add them up. We'll just keep it simple, focus on the sum that we're asked for. Grab a cup of coffee and let's solve this problem.
Coffee time math with Wrath of Math?
I keep meaning to bring out a thermos with me, but I keep forgetting. For now, let's just cut straight to the chase and try to write an expression for P plus Q and see if that gets us anywhere. Want to make sure that we have room for it. Try to squeeze it up here. What is P plus Q equal to? Well, since P is an angle created by these two secants of the circle intersecting outside of the circle, its measure has to be half the difference of the arcs that it cuts. So it's this arc from B to D minus this arc from A to C. That's the difference of the arcs that the angle cuts divided by 2. Half the difference of the arcs. We know that this arc is 42 plus 38. That's its measure, which is 80. So P is 80 minus this arc from A to C. We don't know what that is, so we'll just call it AC for now. And P is half of this, so 80 minus AC over 2. Now, of course, this is P plus Q, so we also have to add Q onto this. What's the measure of Q? Well, Q is an inscribed angle of this circle. That's an angle whose vertex lies on the circle. The measure of an inscribed angle is simply half the measure of the arc that it cuts. Angle Q cuts that arc from A to C that we just wrote down. So the measure of Q is half of that. So to add Q, we can just add AC over 2. And perhaps you can see where this is going very, very quickly. We can split up this fraction on the left, 80 minus AC over 2. 80 over 2 is 40, so we'll have 40, and then minus AC over 2. So minus AC over 2. And then, of course, we still have the plus AC over 2, and just like that, minus AC over 2 and plus AC over 2 cancel out. By focusing on the sum specifically, we immediately see that that sum has to have a measure of 40 degrees. And that's it.
Consider supporting Wrath of Math on Patreon for exclusive content and to help fuel his addiction to making math videos.